Want to find out how to get one of the best pistols and best snipers in the game? Well, today I'm going to show you guys how to get the MAGGIE and the LYUDA, which both are must-haves if you guys want to melt bosses or any enemy that comes your way. Without further ado, let's dive into the video. Asifa, this is LaserBolt, and I am so glad that now we have dedicated loot, and there are special locations where we could go and actually farm weapons. And I have to say that this spot in particular has got to be one of the best locations as far as drops or dedicated drops are concerned, due to the fact that you have a chance to get two of the best weapons currently in the game. As you guys know, snipers are not in a really good state, but the best sniper in the game is the Layuta. And being able to farm for a specific Layuta drop is amazing. In addition to that, not only do you get a chance to get the Layuta, but you also get a chance to get the best and one of the best pistols in the game, the MAGGIE. Now, if you guys are seeing this footage, I am pretty much playing this on Mayhem and 4, just using the MAGGIE. The MAGGIE alone, I don't even use the Layuta, I don't use any other weapon, except that there's a boss that I might want to melt really fast. But other than that, the MAGGIE just straight out melts. And that's what makes this so beautiful, is that you're able to go in and farm the MAGGIE and farm the Layuta at the same time. This is just amazing, guys. Now, the weapon we're going to be taking a look at first, of course, is the MAGGIE. Let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at its stats. Alright, guys, so as of right now, this is the weapon I'm currently rocking, which is the MAGGIE. And the cool thing about this MAGGIE is that you always want to make sure that you get a really good anointment on it. Not only the weapon's pretty good standard, but if you get a epic anointment, like a really OP anointment, it just makes the weapon even much better, which I'll show you guys in a little bit right now when we go to the firing range. I mean, you guys are watching the gameplay. We were just pretty much wrecking like crazy on the gameplay. So let's talk about the MAGGIE. So right now it comes with a damage of 526 times 6. Accuracy is 33, which we could boost with our, with all our action skills, anointments, or whatever we want to put in our skill tree. Handling is actually pretty good for a pistol. Our reload is 1.9. That could even get even further decreased with, of course, our skill tree. Fire rate is 11.55, and magazine is 9. Now, the low points of the MAGGIE, like I said, could always be switched around based on the, kind of things we pick up on our skill tree. But let's take a look at what the weapon actually comes. Now, all of this drops differently for everybody else. Right now, mine has a negative 56 weapon damage, so yours might not come with the negative 56 weapon damage. It might give you even better boost than what I currently have. It might even give you a plus weapon damage. So as this one right here, it could still be optimized, but you'll see how hard hitting this weapon still is. It comes with a plus 21 critical hit damage, which I love, but I'm getting a negative 50 weapon accuracy. I'm getting a plus 15% reload speed and a 2 times weapon zoom, which it's fine. Even with the negatives of weapon damage and accuracy, I love this weapon just because of the anointment. And we'll take a look at it right now once we go ahead and fire it. But tell me, this weapon looks sexy. It's a very beautiful weapon. And let's talk about what type of anointments you're going to want for specific characters. Basically, for Sane, I think the Sentinel is really good. The Digi-Clone one as well. When you switch places, you get 130 boost of damage. The other one that's actually pretty good for Flak is, of course, on action skill end. You get weapon damage increase, or when your rack attacks hit, you get weapon damage increase. On Amara, you have the 300 weapon damage after your action skill ends. That's really good with the new builds we have. You also have on Face Grass, you get 100 weapon damage. And of course, for Moe's, you get a lot of damage based on once exiting Iron Bear, and that's pretty much what you guys are going to be looking for, but depending on what character you guys play as. So let's dive in and take a look at how well this weapon is. Alright, so now let's take this into the fire range. So from the fire range, guys, you're going to see that the base damage that I do on a body shot is 7,500. On critical hit shots, we get 31k just on crits, right? But if I wanted to boost this even further, now this is not going to be on all characters because each character, like I said, has a specific anointment that the weapon's going to work really well with. For example, on this one, if I deploy my barrier, I'm able to get at least 10k more just by me having the barrier. So you see right there, we got 9,000 right there, and we got 40k from the 31. Now, if I want to get even more, if I deploy my Sentinel, it's going to give me cryo damage, and it's also going to give me base damage. So I saw right there, we got 42k plus an additional 22k, putting us at 66k damage just with the weapon alone by having our Sentinel and our barrier active. So paired correctly with the right anointments, this weapon is a monster. And even without the anointments and without the the Sentinel being active, 31k is a really high number for a pistol, making this one of the best weapons in the game. Now let's take a look at the Layuta, and then we'll talk about how you'll be able to farm this. All right, so now let's take a look at the Layuta. Now the Layuta is a sniper rifle, and this one's actually a pretty good one, guys. This one comes with a base damage of 1,311. Now you could get this one with really high base damage. There's two variants of this. There's one that has a multiplier, and there's one that has just a standard damage. The biggest difference right there is going to be the magazine size. If you get one that drops with really high base damage, you want to make sure your magazine size is really high, like at least an 18 to 60 mag. If you get one with a multiplier, it's going to drop with less magazine size, but you want to make sure that multiplier is actually pretty high. It has really good accuracy, 86, handling is 37, reload's a little bit off, it's 4 seconds, and the fire rate is 6.9. Now, all of those could get enhanced once again with your skill tree. Comes with critical damage of plus 10, plus 47 weapon damage, negative on the weapon accuracy, plus up on the weapon fire rate, and we got the 4.8 zoom. Now the zoom comes with different variants. It comes with a really high one and a really low one. Now what you're looking for here is pretty much anointments. Layuta is really good, but it's even better when you get a really good anointment. So anointments you want to make sure you get is, for example, on action skill, and the next two magazines will have 50% additional bonus corrosive damage. This is pretty good. It drops with different elements, so you can get corrosive, shock, cryo. And you also want to look for one that says on action skill and gain 100% weapon damage. Or you could look for anointments that buff you when you have different sets of of action skills. Like for example, once exiting Iron Bear, get weapon damage. Once using your rack attack, gain weapon damage. On Face Slam, gain weapon damage. It's all going to be depending on the character you have. When your Digiclone is active, get 130 weapon damage. While your Sentinel is active, get 50% more corrosive cryo damage. So you're going to be looking for anointments that boost the damage of the weapon based on the character or action skill that you have. So it's a really good weapon. All right, so now let's take it over to the firing range, guys. In the firing range, this is what we're looking for. So for example, our head damage is going to be 6,000 and our body damage 2,033. Now at one point you might be thinking that's actually pretty low. Now remember, the Layuta that I have, it's only giving me a certain amount of damage. Now what makes this weapon so good is that this is a sniper that almost comes with full auto. So you'll see right here, I could spray and we'll be getting that constant 6,000 damage over and over due to the fact that, it's pretty much auto fires the bullet. So you could theoretically go through a whole clip super duper fast. Now you could also buff this with different action skills. Let me just check. I think I might have another Layuta. I think I had it in my vault. So what we're going to be doing here is we have our barrier open, then it's going to give us even more damage. As you see right there, guys, we're getting 9,000 damage right there. And we also get on action skill end. So for example, when this one leaves and my barrier goes down, we're going to get additional damage because we're going to have doing cryo damage, because on action skill end, do additional cryo damage. So you see right there, on one initial shot, we're getting 7,000. We're going to wait for that one to end so you guys can see that multiplier that we're getting of cryo damage when our action skill ends for the next magazine, which is really good. Now, we had an anointment that gave us more damage when our Sentinel was active. We would be boosting our damage over and over again. So this weapon is really good once paired with the perfect anointments. You can pretty much one-shot almost, no, I won't say one-shot, one clip every single boss in this game, except for the Maliwang 4 takedown, because you have to be switching weapons back and forth. But other than that, this weapon is a monster. Now, the question you guys are having is, Laser, all right, I'm sold. Where do I get these amazing weapons? Well, what you're going to do, guys, is you're going to go ahead and head over to Promethea once again, and you're going to go to the Meridian Metroplex. Now, in the Meridian Metroplex, you're going to have the spawn point right here that you'll be able to spawn. And once we're here, we're going to set our waypoint to this location right here. Just get on a car, walk, whatever you guys want to do. Just make your way over there, and that's going to automatically take you here. And it's going to take you guys to the Cistern of Slaughter. All right, so now that you made it here, guys, one of the coolest things about this particular farm method is that you're actually able to farm the boss that drops this loot constantly without having to do multiple waves. So your main objective here, of course, is going through 1 through 4 on the Slaughter, and making sure you get all the way to the boss fight. Now, once you get to the boss fight, you're going to notice that there's going to be a big Tyrannosaurus Rex that spawns. and you're gonna want to make sure you kill him. That's gonna be the boss of the slaughter. After you kill him, what you're gonna want to do is make sure you either jump off the map or wipe. You could use this nice little trick that we have here. If you head over to this little corner, you'll be able to just start the round all over again without having to jump off. Because when you jump off, it's gonna send you back to the main lobby. You're gonna have to come back to the elevator and start the fight again. With this method, is you just pretty much clear all the enemies, and you're able to come back in and start it all over again. And the cool thing about it, it doesn't start you at wave 1, it starts you at wave 4. So you could just keep doing the boss over and over until you get the Maggie or the Layuta you want. And there you guys have it. That is how you get 2 of the best weapons currently in the game. Not only do you get the Maggie, but you also get a shot at the Layuta. I do hope you guys did find this video helpful. Now remember, if you guys are trying to find other weapons that are really OP and how to farm them, make sure you guys check out my guides to tell you guys exactly how to get them done. Also, if you guys are trying to find a build that you could use these weapons with, make sure you guys check out the builds. We have a ton of builds for these weapons in particular. And speaking of builds, we have a same build that's going to be focusing primarily on the Maggie. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.